We're back. Hello, everyone. It's Calling Out with Susan Pinsky time. I'm here today with an expert on electrical surges and paranormal experiences. And she is Rebecca Fearing. She is a major clairvoyant psychic medium. Would you call yourself that?
Yes, I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium.
Yeah, and she's internationally known. She's been on The Housewives of Beverly Hills. She's been on Below Deck. She has the highest rated Below Deck out there because I was on it too. Which she also is a psychic medium in the area. She has phone calls all over the world, and she's really good at what she does. She's one of my oldest friends in this business, and I just thought it'd be fun to have her in, mix it up a little bit today, and bring the boot in. We had a show earlier, Rebecca, and we had so many technical glitches. The call-in studio was moving all over the place, and it didn't upload on Facebook. I hope everybody on Facebook can see us now. And we had a great guest, Megan Kelly. So we'll be uploading that show for everybody who didn't get to see it on Facebook, and I really apologize, but it was the strangest thing. And first, when we started the show, the mics just blew up, and Caleb was scurrying around and trying to figure out what to do. And after it was over, we just looked at each other, and we were just like, what the hell was that? So I want to know your take on that. If it always seems to happen before I do a show with you.
Well, I can't, everything electrical can go a little crazy on me. That's why nobody wants me to touch their phones or their computers. I call it a multidimensional electrical surge. And when we have a lot of people trying to get through from other dimensions, can you imagine what it's like?
Sure.
With messing with anything that has that kind of energy? And so for me, it's pretty normal. I've had, I did a show out of Arizona. I invited, I forgot his name. It was big Indian, Native American, actually. And everything went crazy in their satellites, and it blew out Arizona.
Oh, my God.
I was in Phoenix, and they said, did you do that, Rebecca? And I said, oh, my God. I don't know.
I tend to find that when I do certain shows about missing persons or unexplained deaths or murders, I tend to get more electrical problems in my house. When I've interviewed, probably hundreds of people, and anytime there's sort of a murder situation or a missing person, I have, my gate won't open. The refrigerator door beeps all day long, and I have to pull it out and unplug it. It's almost like they're trying to get through to me and go, hey, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And
right.
so and that's my take on it. It's just a layman's take on it. It has nothing to do with science or, and the show is totally about entertainment. It's not about science and reality. It's just unexplainable events. And Rebecca is able to tap into those energies and understand a little clearer who it is or what it is. So
right, and there was just now a very light voice that came through the microphones, and it wasn't you, it wasn't me. And so, especially if there's a negative situation and somebody's trying to resolve their negative situation, they're going to get your attention any way they can.
Oh, wow.
Most of the time, it's not a negative thing. It's just to get your attention. Yeah. Sometimes there are things that you don't want in your house and you can't accept. Mm-hmm. But I would say 98% of the time, they're just trying to get your attention. That's all.
Okay, well, they got it. And we were just, and Caleb's so funny. He's like, we can't do your show after the Wednesday show anymore. I don't want to deal with this. Yeah, so
well,
funny.
It's par for the course with me. Okay.
My engineers are spooked. I mean, it's just it's such an interesting thing, and we haven't had problems. I've been doing Dose of Dr. Drew every day, and once in a while, like the Zoom will shut down my computer. But this was like everything between, each one of the apps wasn't working, and I'm pretty sure we're on Facebook. Yay. Look, everybody, it's working now. So yay. I don't know why it didn't work earlier. Great show with Megan Kelly. We will be posting that later, and I hope all you ladies check it out because it was really, really nice to have her on the Ask Dr. Drew show today. Okay, so I have some people on the line. I'm going to start with, let's see, who we got here?
By the way, can I tell everybody all around the world that may be watching this, from Egypt to India to London to Ireland to Scotland to Borneo, I just like to say hello to you guys. Thank you for supporting me through COVID-19 to have me do their readings and all by phone. So good. I just wanted to thank everybody around the world who saw me on The Housewives and believed in me and called me.
Oh, that's so sweet. And she does have a lot of people calling in on her phone from the afterlife as well. So we'll be showing that electronic
phenomenon. It's kind of
phenomenon that is unexplainable as well. It's just the weirdest thing. She has this phone full of messages from God. It's just the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So anyways, we're going to start with Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi. Is this Rebecca?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Rebecca. I used to talk to you some years ago, probably 10 years ago, out in Oxnard and Ventura.
Okay,
and we used to talk about my son. I have 3 kids altogether, and my middle child, my son.
Okay, don't give too much information.
From the time he was born, I always worried that he.
Right, that something would happen.
I'm sorry?
to him.
Let her tap in and see if she can without giving her too much information.
Okay, Kathy, I slightly remember you, but it's not unusual for a parent to worry about one child a little more than the other and worry that something's going to happen to them. That happened to me. I lost my daughter, and I was a helicopter mom, and so I understand where you're coming from. So that middle child, he passed then?
Yes. He has.
And I see him.
You told me.
He's here.
Okay, let her keep going.
Yeah, he's here, and he wanted me to tell you that he's tried to come and visit you often. I'm talking often. The new thing to send now is not so much hummingbirds as dragonflies. It seems to be what people are getting now, and I had one gal tell me she has a whole flock of dragonflies, like a whole flock.
I think they kind of come around in the summertime.
Mm-hmm. And but they're.
I have hundreds and hundreds of hummingbirds.
Right, but that's pretty common. So he may like the hummingbirds, but we're going to send you a dragonfly, he said. So it will be something that won't be so common. He also talked to me about heaven as being beautiful and wonderful. He has, I don't know if your son was a dog lover, but he has 3 dogs with him. So he seems to be watching over these pets or animals, or maybe he has a job in heaven where he takes on the animals when they come over, because he told me that he likes very much to do that. and he's finished his school, so not to worry. Heaven does have education. And he also told me about, do you have a Robert or Robbie around you, or could be Bobby?
I have a cousin, Bobby, who's also passed.
He's here. He's with your son.
Hello, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby. And
who else is my son with?
well, there's Bobby, there's your son. There's a woman there. He has one grandmother passed over. Is that correct?
Two, actually.
It's your mother.
Oh, okay.
Maternal. She doesn't seem so happy about that. But,
Oh, okay.
And
I feel you,
she's
sister.
because I hadn't spoke to her in many years when he died. We were estranged.
Oh.
well, you know what?
And
I think she's coming through to speak to you. And she's found him. And she, people, they handle grief a different way. Some this happens a lot in families where they'll break up instead of coming together. But your mom, I don't want to say she's sorry, because that's not the word. It's more being accountable for what happened, and she wishes that didn't happen. But she wanted to assure you that your son is good, Bobby's good. There's a John there that she talked about a lot. And she said you would know who it is. I don't even want to ask you. She just said he's there with them. And she told me to be careful.
well,
Yeah.
can I tell you who that is?
Yes, go ahead. That'd be
Johnny
great.
is my son who died.
Oh, I did not remember his name. I did not know his name. She said Johnny, he's there. And they're, so wow, that's good. And she also told me that you've got to watch your plumbing a little bit in one of your bathrooms. So have you had...
Is that how he's going to come through, mess with her plumbing too?
No, but they don't want you to have a big plumbing bill.
Wait, he's going to watch what?
He said you have to watch the plumbing in your bathroom. So if you're having any slight issues or the toilet keeps getting clogged, you might want to look at it.
So I've heard that not only do the spirits come through electronics, but they also come through water,
Yeah.
areas with water. So, if you suddenly have, a washing machine that just blows up and shoots water across the room after you do a psychic show, you kind of wonder. That happened to me.
Well, Johnny's so happy to be here. You have no idea. He's jumping up and down.
Johnny!
And he's just ecstatic. He wanted to thank you, believe me or not. He wanted to thank you, Susan, for having
you're
this
welcome,
show
Johnny.
today. Yeah,
Can you
they
tell
must have been-
whoever's messing with our electronics to lay off?
Well, I don't know. You have a whole bunch of people here that want to
Johnny.
talk.
Johnny loved electronics.
Oh,
Maybe it was him. It's funny. It's in your message. I did notice that you had mentioned that he was murdered.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for your loss.
and
Thank you.
and it was when you found out a lot about what happened since I spoke to you, correct?
Since what?
Since I've spoke to you, have you found out more details about what happened to your son?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, because he just told me that. He says, my mom found out more information about what happened to me.
Yeah. 6 months after he died, the detectives came and took me out to where he was last alive and explained a lot of things to me.
Oh.
And so, yeah, I did. I'm always trying to find out more.
Okay.
It's like I can just never find out enough.
Well, he told me that there might be more, but he doesn't. He wants you to focus on that he's alive and well, and that this was, a wrong place, wrong time kind of situation. And he's real cute.
Exactly.
He's very handsome.
Aw.
So maybe you could post
Yes,
on
he is.
Facebook. Maybe you could post on Facebook his picture so we can all look at him and see how cute he is and handsome. He's a hottie.
Okay.
So, Johnny, you're a hottie.
Thank you, Johnny, for coming in, and thank you for sending your mother, Kathy.
Thank you, Johnny.
And your mother, just even in life, if you didn't have such a great relationship, at least she brought Johnny today, and they're
Yes,
together.
yes.
And they just love you very much.
Yeah, they did not get along. Well, I mean, he was just a kid, but there were a lot of problems there.
Okay.
I guess in heaven they
So
get
That's
recalled.
another show. So
Yeah.
we're gonna let you go now. Thank you so much for calling in.
thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
So that was the first caller on my call-in studio today. So of course the first one was he was murdered, and I thought, what a
Right. We're
coincidence!
talking about that.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like their energy's a little bit different. They come through stronger. So I'm gonna say Johnny was here earlier today.
He was most likely, and I have no clue about this story. I mean, her name's Kathy from Oxnard, but I read from
Right?
lots and lots of
Did
people.
you do like a show or something up there?
No.
Okay.
I
So funny. Somebody on YouTube's making fun of us, Rami. Sorry, Rami, but I have to shout out. I have to call you out. Ha ha ha! These botches. He couldn't say bitches on YouTube or he'd get blocked. Are fake. Not one called out coronavirus. Not one stopped a school shooting. This is fake. Yeah. Well, I wasn't doing my show a year ago, so don't give me any crap. But thank you for mentioning it, and we appreciate that you are voicing your opinion, because it is an American thing. So I learned that today from Megan Kelly, and we can discuss that. So if you'd like to discuss how fake it is, how did you know who Bobby was? Okay, she
No.
doesn't pull these names from thin air. Well, you do basically, but
well, you know what? He's not correct about that, because I did have one of those paranormal messages on my phone, which I have.
Oh, really?
Which I will put on. Said coronavirus terrible, and told me about zinc. Remember, I had told you guys about zinc.
Right.
And also vitamin C, cayenne pepper. So you're wrong about that, because I have the proof. I have it on my phone. I was warned ahead of time. And that is 100%.
I just, I didn't do any shows about psychics during the main
No.
part
Why
of
would you?
coronavirus, because I just felt like people would probably want to shit on me. So I'm at the point where it's just like, okay, this is fun. Let's try to,
Yeah, we don't have my feelings aren't hurt.
I know,
who I am,
I know
so it's
you
good.
can take it. I know you can take it, girl.
Throw it at me, Rami. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's talk about this, Rami. Rami, call in and let's talk about this, okay? And maybe we can talk to your dead grandma and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to look here and see. We're only taking calls today because I feel like when we have a guest, we kind of lose time for the callers, and we have so many on the line already. So we've got 17 people or 15. Okay, so let me see. They're all pretty much the same, so. Okay, let's just do.
Why don't we pick a man next, since we just did it with female? Is there a gentleman on there?
Okay, I will. Let me see. Here's one. Enrique.
Hello?
Hello, Enrique. How are you?
Good. How are you?
So he wants career advice. He has a couple of options in front of him. So what do you feel, Rebecca?
Okay, hi, Enrique. How are you today?
Hi, Rebecca. I'm doing well. How are you guys?
I'm very good, thank you. Okay, is one of the jobs I feel is a little farther than the other. So it's all about like kind of transportation, possibly having to go to drive a little bit. Even though people are doing a lot of Zoom right now, I do feel that there's something you may have to actually go into eventually, as we all know. So I'm curious. Do you mind to drive or to be in the car?
I don't mind. My current job right now, I do it's kind of a half-hour commute.
Oh, uh-huh.
I'm not sure if that's what you're
I see
picking
it.
up
Yeah,
or considering.
commuting to your job. I did see that, but I'm also feeling like the other opportunity is a really, really good one, and I feel like it has a lot of potential to make more money. It's a little risky, but there's no gain unless you take a little bit of leap of faith. So I mean, both are good, but the new one to me, and you can validate. Do you think because my psychic opinion, not my opinion, is it's more money.
If done correctly, it's a lot more money.
Right. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. If you want security, you have the job that you have to commute. If you want to take a leap of faith and really make some money and maybe invest in real estate after, which I do see might be a positive thing to do.
Right. Although it isn't real estate, it's a little bit, it's similar.
Oh, okay.
It has to do with like businesses though.
Okay, yes. So, so that's what I mean, I didn't really see businesses, but I think if it's not just the immediate job that you're taking on, that in the long run, learn all about real estate, maybe even get your real estate license. I see you investing in some properties. If you do it wisely, of course, it'll make you some passive income in the long run, which is really good. So my opinion is take that leap of faith. If you don't, I feel like you're going to regret it.
I see.
What kind of job is it that you're thinking about?
Yeah, so it's mergers and acquisitions. So it's buying, integrating businesses and selling them off to either private equity or doing IPOs.
I feel you have the right personality for that because that makes sense to the buying and selling, I guess, yes.
And that's something you can do from home and not have to drive?
Well, I'm going to have to drive regardless. I'm going to need to see the businesses in person, talk to bankers and stuff like that.
All right. So you're going to do some travel. So that's the one that you're saying is a better one.
Yeah, I think there's ability to make a lot of money if he has that kind of quality. Navy blue will always get the job done, so get yourself some nice clothes in the navy blue. It's always good to have it's just a nice haircut, great shoes. And firm handshake, look them in the eye because people want to do business with somebody who's confident.
So is it making you nervous because it's something new and you haven't done it yet?
Well, you have to understand my position. I'm not this very sophisticated mergers and acquisition entrepreneur. I'm just starting out. So going from someone who's basically throwing boxes at Amazon and talking to somebody who has 30 years in business, being a CEO or a CFO in a major 500 business, is pretty nerve-wracking, I suppose.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking, but it sounds exciting. So, just jump in. So you work at Amazon now, you throw boxes, so that's pretty tough too. So, if you can handle that, you can probably handle anything else. Mm-hmm. Just show up on time. Yeah.
And the people that want to hire you want to train you, so that's a good thing. They see his potential. But I'm serious about the wardrobe. Okay, I'm not kidding. Put a little money aside to get yourself some navy blue clothes. Mm-hmm. Always, clean fingernails,
polish
nice
your
haircut.
Shoes. Don't come in with scuffy shoes.
No clodhoppers.
I hope that was helpful.
Right. Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Enrique, you can do this. Do you speak Spanish also? Not just because your name, but I don't know. Maybe that would help a foreign language.
Sí, hablo español.
Ah.
Yeah, I speak Spanish, yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's a big asset to you, too, because there's a lot of businesses that have, we're in California, Los Angeles, so we'll have a lot to do with the Hispanic community. So, yay! I think you'll be a big asset.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you for answering my questions. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, we have another caller. Another man, Anthony.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to Calling Out with Susan Pinsky. I'm here with Rebecca Fearing, and she's tapping into your soul.
Perfect. That's what I need right now.
Good. Oh, good. So what's your question?
Yes. My question is, and I've asked this recently, why am I here?
I don't know. Let me look, okay? So you were right about I'm
Okay.
looking into his soul. That's funny that you said that. Okay. Number one, we don't come here randomly. I know that because I remember a conversation with God, and God said, hey, Rebecca, you can go back down here. He opened up the sky, and I looked down and I said, heck no, I'm not going back there. All they like to do is kill themselves and kill others. And he says, no, you got to go back, Rebecca. And I'm like, and he convinced me. So we don't come here randomly, and we don't have random
Was
parents.
your name Rebecca?
Well, he said, call me Rebecca, so
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it was. And so you pick your parents. Now, do you have a strained relationship? Or I'm not going to ask you. I feel there's a real karmic connection to your father in some way or another. So your father is not a random dad. You picked him specifically to have some of the genetic coding that you needed for this place.
Okay.
He's like, oh, yeah. So when you look at him, don't look at him as just this father figure. Look at who he is as a person, and what did he give you to be able to be here and stay here and navigate through this, earthly place, right?
Right.
And I think one of it is, God honest truth, I'm going to put this out there, is to keep and maintain not like. I keep hearing sense of humor, but not one that's foolish, one that helps you to navigate through this. And so don't get jaded, okay, Anthony?
I'm listening.
Okay, now, also, I feel like you could have a good love life, but women are interesting creatures, right? They're not always easy to read, or, men and women are very different. But I'll tell you a little secret about women. If you're emotionally intimate with them, which means you say, hey, babe, how's your back? Let me rub your feet. How's your day? Even though I broke my back out there working, I want to know how you are. It'll keep you happy and, sexually active. So, pink is good for men too. A lot of men don't want to wear pink because they think it's for girls. But truth is, pink used to be a boy's color. Put a little pink on your body. Live your dreams. Don't hold yourself back. You have a very interesting, adventurous future. Even if it doesn't seem that way, it is. You chose to come here. You were, in many lifetimes, you were a warrior, soldier, fought a battle. You don't have to do this lifetime. You're not in the military now, is that correct?
No, yeah, that is correct. I'm not.
No. So, you didn't choose to be a lifelong, soldier this lifetime. But I do see water as being an asset to you. So if you can get down to any bodies of water sometimes, or put your toesies in the salt water, that'd be good for you. And I do feel that you hold yourself back a little bit, but don't do it. Live your life, live your adventure. You came here to do that. That's the purpose, to not be confined to complete structure.
Does any of
Okay.
that resonate with you at all?
It's odd in the metaphorical sense because I do believe that I don't know of a physical father. I've never seen him, but I do believe God is my father, and the directions and the things that you outlaid. And it's interesting how you mentioned a woman and jumping in the water, because I was just talking to a female earlier, and she was like, why don't you just jump right in? Don't put your feet in. Just jump in, referring to a relationship. So that ties into a bigger structure, and it's really fascinating how I understood what you were saying.
Right, and that you didn't have a physical relationship with your father. You said you never met him, but that makes sense to me because it especially makes sense if you think the Heavenly Father and resonate with that. I call him Papa God. Okay, I always tell Papa God, don't make me wrong. I'm gonna lose my job. But the thing is that you had a very, very structured, confined, and probably domineering relationship with a father in the past life. Now you kind of have the opposite, complete opposite, where you have to be on your own. You have to navigate kind of by yourself with not that kind of heavy-footed or handed father figure. And I think the girl's right. Jump in. She's like, don't just put your toe in. Jump on in. What do you have to lose?
How you went right to the female situation and sex.
Yeah, so
Gotta get that pink shirt though.
Yeah,
Get that pink shirt.
Women like men in pink.
You know what? Dr. Drew gives me a foot rub every night, so
Yeah, and we know you
works
guys
for
are
him.
quite frisky.
We've been together for a long time.
Yeah, they are, and they're frisky. So
It does get you far. It does get you far, putting a little effort into what's going on with her. Definitely.
yeah, talk about her. What her life goals are, or how she's feeling that day, and just get emotionally invested, and then the passion will be like out of this world. And I'm not kidding about the light pink shirt. Men look good in pink. Don't be afraid to put it on. Polo
Or like a
shirt.
pink tie. You
Yeah.
wear a pink tie.
Yeah.
You know, that's okay.
A crisp pink shirt, yes.
You know, or
That's cool.
pink socks. How about that?
That's interesting.
I don't know what the
Okay,
pink
you know,
socks.
I was just thinking that. I could deal with like a pink flamingo sock or something.
Oh,
There you go.
that's fun.
That,
I like that.
I just bought a Katy Perry pink flamingo tennis shoe.
So Anthony is a fan on our other shows. He's also a friend of Drew's, and his name's Anthony Brown.
Oh, wow.
He wrote the book from Park Bench to Park Avenue. He was a homeless man who came out of the, you know, this experience and is now doing very well. And obviously he may have not had a relationship with his father, but you know, that might be part of the reason why you're homeless for a while. But very, very interesting story.
Yeah, it makes sense to me that he had to be a self-made man. You know, he went from, you know, rags to riches and didn't have this domineering father telling him what to do. He got to do it on his own, and he's like, whoa, this is not going to be fun being on this park bench. And so you're doing exactly what you're doing, and that's why you came here. So congratulations, Anthony, Mr. Brown.
okay, well, thank you.
Good
That was
luck
pretty
with the
cool.
ladies.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good luck with the pink.
Okay, yeah, well, I will practice that today.
Okay, yay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, Anthony. Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
That was cute. After the earlier show, he called Drew and he said, I want to be on the show. So we're going to let him in. So.
Yeah, we got to have him on. Have him on.
I
This
love
pink-
having men on because, you know, you don't typically get that with psychic mediums. It's usually, okay, let's see if we can get some spirit for Irene.
Yeah, we're not talking about people on the other side too
Oh,
much.
wait, did I push Irene? Hello? Irene.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. Hi. I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm a little nervous.
Don't worry.
Don't be nervous.
It's just friends here. We're just chatting.
Okay. Okay.
Us and Buddha. Buddha's with us.
We're here. We actually have cameras in here filming us right now because they're doing a documentary on Drew, and they were very interested in my show because they were like, wow, you do what? You talk to dead people? Like, how does that work? So they're pointing. I'm nervous too because I've got cameras pointing at me too in every direction.
All over you. So I was just curious about my mother. It's been a long time since I've seen her. She's obviously deceased, but I was wondering if she's coming through or anything, if you have any kind of message for me.
100% she's coming through. The first thing she likes to talk about, though, you're at home right now where you're calling from? She
Yes,
says you're
I
at
am.
your home or where you're living right now. Yes, and she's right there with you. And a lot of times they'll come through the kitchen, which is very common, but your mom is not in the kitchen. She's kind of walked through the kitchen in a kind of a comfy chair. You have another room kind of close to the kitchen that's kind of cozy and comfy?
Well, yeah, the living room. So
Okay, she's there, and she likes her young-looking pictures out, so I hope you have that. And
yeah.
yes, she says she loves that because that's how she looks. And, you know, people often come from the other side with their hair done and their lipstick. Okay, now I know that sounds funny, but she came with her lipstick, and she looks great.
Oh, good. Good.
And she told me to tell you that I take it that she might have been sick. I mean, I could be wrong, but she's showing me that she's dancing and she's moving around. She can breathe. I mean, she looks really, really good and healthy, and she's sorry to have left you so early in life. But no, your mom's not going far.
She's breathing.
Yeah, she looks great. And she takes off her jewelry.
Good.
Were you able to get her jewelry? That comes up often in my readings, but that'll bring you some good luck if you have something of hers.
Oh, no, I don't have any jewelry or anything of hers, really.
Oh, wow. She told me she
So-
had. You sure you haven't gotten a little necklace or anything, unless that's a rosary, but it's something she's trying to give you. I'm surprised you didn't get it.
Oh, no, I mean, no, not that I'm aware of over the years.
Yeah, you might come upon it, and I don't want to change that. I'm going to keep it there, okay? Don't go looking for it. It'll find you. And
Okay. Okay.
All right,
And,
who got the jewelry? It's supposed to be for you. I got a
how
Buddha
is-
from my mother-in-law's bathroom. He's right here with us. So nobody wanted
okay.
it, but I scored. I scored.
yeah,
so.
she's giving me two names of people. She says the name Nancy and the name Barbara. And so would you know who they are? Because she seems to be talking to them or communicating with them.
Yeah, no, I don't know a Nancy or a Barbara.
Okay, let's.
Oh no, it's somebody in
Okay.
the room.
No, yeah, they're there. Yeah, because these two ladies are with your mother. So if there's anybody out there that has a mother named Nancy or a sister or a Barbara, can you please call us because they're there with this gal's mother. And your mom said that you're going to have a very lucrative next 3 years. So put forth what you want in
Oh, good.
finances, yes. And she says you'll be very lucky in that area.
Anybody in the room able to confirm a Nancy or a Barbara? Well, I just patted the Buddha's head. Barbara might be Drew's aunt.
Oh.
So, and Nancy,
Oh, wow.
I'm not getting Nancy.
But I want to just tell you that your mom told me to tell you that she's serious about the money, the financial stability, and that you should come into some luck when it comes to business investments, or I don't know. She just told me that to tell you. So keep your eye on what you need and what you want, and you're going to get it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Have a good one.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You're really whipping them out today. Good job.
I wonder who Barbara. Anybody on there is a Barbara?
Is there a Barbara on here?
I think she died of cancer.
Oh. Let me see if anybody on the restream. Angela has a Barbara, and
Was she
Miss Hemingway has a Barbara.
Good, the Hemingway.
Aunt Barbara, her name's Ms. Hemingway.
Yeah. I want to talk to her.
She's on Restream. She's on YouTube. She's just making.
Oh, darn it.
She I don't think she called in. The lines are full. So what's the message?
Yeah, this Barbara just wants to make sure that that everybody does what they need to do. With the checking. I mean,
She's on hold. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. What's your name, Ms. Hemingway? Because you don't. Oh, Mary. Let me see here. She's on hold. I'll be on Monkey's uncle. There she is. Okay. The magic of technology. We can bring in Nancy. Isn't that great? It's working too. I'm so happy. We have phone calls. So, we're going to give the message to Mary.
Is she on there?
Yes.
Hi, Mary.
I am.
Hi,
Hi.
Your Barbara is pretty, I don't want to say she's pushy, but she was going to get in here no matter what. So maybe she knew that you were
Yes.
listening. Yes, and you know what? She just is very proactive about letting you guys know if you have to do a checkup. It's not scary stuff, not like you're going to get cancer, but she doesn't want you to just like assume anything. Does that make any sense to you at all? Because she's very much about catching and early detection early.
Absolutely. My sister has gone twice for breast cancer, and it was detected early.
Right. Honest to you, I should have said breast cancer. I knew it. Yeah, so please continue to, you girls, do that. I mean, I just came through an episode of something that was very scary with cancer. Early detection catches it. And as you see, I'm alive and well here, right?
Yes.
No chemotherapy, no
Thank God.
radiation. But Barbara just wants me to tell you that she loves you girls very much and that she'll give you signs, but that is always her message because she looks beautiful. They all come with their hair done. And Barbara says she doesn't feel like she got to say goodbye properly, so I don't know if she couldn't speak or what happened. But
when Helene passed, I also got her dog.
Oh, hi.
So I got the Buddha and the dog. And the dog just started doing little tricks for me. She started jumping around. She's like, uh-oh. She goes, I don't know. Which camera is my camera?
Do you want a reading?
Can you connect her to Helene?
Yes, I can.
And Barbara?
And Barbara told me to tell you that you will get to travel, so don't hold yourself back when COVID-19 will be over. I think 12 months from now, might take a little bit longer, but she says that get your passport, and she said Get on the road.
Smile, Georgina.
So I'm curious, do you like
Smile.
to
Okay.
travel?
Actually, my dad
Don't
just
zoom in on my
retired, and
double
that's what
chin.
he was wanting to retire to travel. That's
Oh.
his sister. Barbara is his sister.
Can you tell Barbara, will you tell him that Barbara said yes, absolutely, wisely travel, wait till COVID's done a little bit longer, and yeah, they're going to go on some adventures. Absolutely.
Absolutely, I will tell him that. Can I ask the question I wanted to ask?
Absolutely. Sorry.
I'm glad Barbara came through. I'm thankful.
Hey, Barbara.
But my question was, I have child custody issues right now, and I wanted to know how long till it resolves and which way it's going to go,
Okay,
or if there's any way to tell.
let me look and see. Let's ask Barbara to help us. There's also the name
And anybody
John.
else who might be around.
Yeah, there's the name John. It's common.
I'm
John. Does that mean anything to you? Because I hear the name John.
not right this second.
It could have something to do with the council
Pat?
or something to do with the custody concerns you have.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you know who that is, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And how do you like him? I think he's in your favor, but you need to be aware of him. You know, like
Aware of him or beware of him?
how I'm just getting her vibe on it. Do you feel comfortable with him? Hello?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah. Who is that?
My counselor.
Oh. Okay. So he's your counselor. So he's
He's
helping you
helping me get
through this.
correct.
Okay, well, guess what? Barbara told me to say that. So Barbara's on the job here. Knows
She's
that,
digging John.
and John is, I think he's a good egg. He's helping you. As long as you feel comfortable, I think you're in good hands because this is very difficult. Child custody battles are very psychologically like a warfare, right?
It is.
And you have at least two
absolutely
children,
is.
correct?
Who's
I
she
thought you
barking
had
at
three,
now?
but I think you have two. I go back between 2 and 3. I don't know. I thought I saw 3.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Two currently. Two that are, yes, absolutely makes sense.
Okay. And there could be a third. I don't know where that one comes in. But, this is the thing. You have food in your refrigerator. You're not abusing your children. You have accommodations for them. Their father is, he's like a pit bull, okay? And you have to remember that you can't be like a little victim here. So, you don't lose your cool. Don't do something where the trick is to say that you are crazy, okay? So you have to be careful not to
Overreact to anything.
Yeah, and be crazy. No crazy text. No, try to be very calm.
No drunk texting.
Yeah. But you know what?
No, I don't do that.
I feel, do you want 50-50? Is that what you want? Because that's what he may get.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly, yeah.
That
Okay.
sounds fair.
Yeah. So do everything you can to try to put everything out there that you need, the accommodations, and look at. You seem like you've got your head together. If he's going to try to get full custody, it's probably a money deal, and he would represent you in the way that you're
Yes,
not.
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's about money. He doesn't want to pay. So
It's the other way around. He wants more from me.
Oh.
yeah, oh no, he doesn't want to pay and he wants money from you. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So you want to hold your own. Don't get into the psychological warfare. John is helping. Barbara's helping. You got a lot of people batting for you. Your kids love you. So keep calm. Conflict and chaos is caused by people that won't co-parent. And you worked hard for your money, and this guy wants a big old chunk of it. And he's mad that he didn't get the house or so on. There's something about property, too. But you know what? We'll put a prayer out there for you. And
Oh, my God, yes.
Everybody pray.
come on, let's put a prayer.
Everybody
Buddha,
pray.
Yeah, I
Baba
will.
Buddha.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yes, and we will. We'll
Any
help you.
idea when it might be over?
Well, there's something in December. Do you have the court date yet in December?
I don't have it yet, but I'm waiting. Actually, we are going to submit paperwork to the court next week to get a court date.
Yeah, it might be in December. So I would say most likely a little bit after the first of the year, but it's coming close. And you're not asking for anything that's not fair.
I just want my son back in my house.
Oh.
That's what I'm asking for, which is what he's supposed to be, but it's a long issue.
It's a long issue, but he's coming back.
Best of luck to you.
Okay, that's all I need.
We're all
I'm
praying
glad-
for you.
Thank you.
God, Barbara came, and she's definitely guiding
I appreciate
John.
it.
Barbara.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, She came in the last time that you read me.
Really?
Rebecca.
Oh, I
She
didn't even
came
know
in
who you
last time
are.
too, yeah. It was
Okay.
years ago.
Oh.
It was years and years ago, but yes.
All right. Well, tell your
Yep.
dad to have
All
happy
right,
travels.
thank you.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
I will. Thank you.
So,
Bye.
before we take a break, for a commercial break, I would like to know if there's anybody else's name that is popping into your head.
Ruth.
Okay, Ruth. So anybody who's on hold, if you're also on socials, let us know if you're on the line and you want to talk to Ruth.
Ruthie.
And we'll be right back.
Okay.
With so much focus on keeping ourselves and our loved ones safe and healthy, it's easy to forget that most of us are going to experience things like allergies, colds, possibly even the flu. So, reminding you, proper hydration is crucial for all of these things. Remember, even slight dehydration can make you feel like you're getting sick, and none of us need that anxiety right now, that's for sure. That's where Hydrolyte comes in. Longtime fans will remember my obsession with Hydrolyte, which is simply the best oral rehydration product I've tried. I'm even more excited to introduce their brand new single-serve powder sticks. Simply pour one powder stick into a glass of water. They recommend 7 ounces. The powder dissolves almost instantly, creating the perfect balance of sodium, glucose, and water. Delivers up to 4 times the electrolytes of your typical sports drink. The other great news about Hydrolyte's new powder sticks, they're 100% all natural, no artificial flavors, colors, or sweeteners. They're available in flavors like orange and lemonade, and they taste great. Hydration is crucial, and Hydrolyte is fastest and easiest way to stay ahead of it. Get your supply of Hydrolyte powder sticks now at hydrolyte.com/DRDREW. Again, that's HYDRALYTE.com/DRDREW, and then use that code Dr. Drew 25 at checkout.
Everybody loves Hydrolyte. Get some today. Go to drdrew.com/Hydrolyte and use Dr. Drew 25 at checkout and get 25% off.
I used it. It's amazing.
It's good.
Yes.
Here, let's put the mic in front
Oh,
of your
yeah.
face.
I love it. It really works well.
So I was asking on the stream who knew Ruth, and Ms. Hemingway said her mom's name is Ruth. She was the one Mary that we talked to.
Oh.
So she's got her posse over here. But let's see.
Is her mom on the other side?
I don't know. We'll wait and see. But she can't come back. She already had a reading. I'm
got
gonna
her whole people here.
There's somebody online that keeps going, talk to Kwana. So we're gonna talk to Kwana. She has a great name. Kwana Mar McCraw. Hello, Kwana.
Hello.
How
Susan.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fabulous.
Wonderful.
So
Thank you guys for
Rebecca's
taking my
here.
call. I'm sorry I had to stick my ace holes on you guys.
No, it's all good. You got in. It worked.
So what are you looking for today, Kwana?
Well, I just had a big move, and I'm a widow, and I don't know, I had like a big connection in my other house. And so when I moved here, I've just had a lot of stuff going on. I just want to see what's up, if that's a thing, or if he's moved on, or whatever.
Okay, first of all, your husband, pretty handsome guy, not very old. He talks about the house that you moved into has, it actually has some activity. Now, I'm not going to scare you and say you've got a ghost, okay? That's not exactly the situation, but I'm feeling like you're pretty intuitive, and there's a lot of leftover, like, story in that house.
Okay.
Especially in the kitchen area.
Okay.
Do you have
the whole
any...
house is a kitchen, like.
Oh, it's a big kitchen. Yeah, I know. When I go to the house, I'm going, wow, that's a kitchen. And it doesn't have to be negative. I think that the house had a lot of life in it, and maybe they feel the same way. Whoever had to leave there, that they didn't really want to go because they were happy there. Kind of like when you left your home with all the history there with your husband. It's kind of twofold. It's a little bit the same. And I'm curious about, are there still the fruit trees in the yard that there were?
There are 2 lemon trees in the yard that I'm very excited about. It was one of the reasons why I want to live here.
Oh yeah. Well,
I love lemon trees.
they love that you love the lemon trees, and if you could take care of them organically more than that kind of icky fertilizer, you have amazing lemons. One will produce more than the other. But yes, I heard that they're happy. Whose ever energy is left there, that you will love the lemon trees.
Lemons are good for you. Vitamin C fights COVID.
Yep.
Take the zinc too,
Yep.
and the vitamin D as well.
And then
And get some hydrolyte.
your husband, he keeps talking about. Now, I might say a name to you that means nothing now, but I'm going to shoot it out to you anyway. And I'm not guessing these names. I hear them. He talks about with a man named Larry or Lawrence. Does that mean anything to you yet?
No.
Okay, keep it not. Write it down, okay? Because he's insisting, and I want to go with him.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
and then the name Steve also. I heard that come through the phone. Are you aware who that is?
Yeah.
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 Didn't you guys hear that?
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah. Yeah, I heard somebody say Steve. I wonder if anybody else heard it. It came through the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he said, all right, well, I wasn't getting
Caleb,
it
are
right.
you
He made
whispering
sure I did.
Steve in the
yeah.
microphone?
Okay. And did something fall? Was that us?
Yeah, I think when
I
the
heard
camera.
something fall too.
Yeah, no, that was a camera.
Okay, so can you help enlighten us who Steve is? Because he's just insistent. He was strong enough to get it through the phone, the microphone.
You sure it wasn't Rex going?
No, it was Steve.
Steve is my first boyfriend. Like, he was my first, and we've been friends over the years.
Okay.
Just friends.
Right, and he's
So,
alive, right? Yeah. I think your
Yes, he
husband
is.
thinks he's a safe one to communicate with. I don't
Maybe
know.
there's a Lawrence coming.
Yeah, well, Larry, maybe it could be a
Maybe
lost name
Steve's
too.
going to introduce you to Lawrence.
Yeah, could be. And her husband is not wanting her to be alone or feel alone.
Nobody in the afterlife wants you to be alone and sad.
Yeah. But anyway, don't be surprised when Steve reaches
I'm not
out.
alone.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And he told me that Steve is thinking about you often and wants to reach out.
Steve thinks about me often. That is true. Steve is kind of a problem. He's always, like, he texts me on my birthday. He texts me on Christmas. He texts me. I'm like, But he was my first boyfriend, and
That's
I guess
so
we
cute.
live in a small town, and, like, yeah, he does think about me too much, and he needs to stop. That's what. Yes.
Oh, well,
Right.
it's that syndrome of your first true love. You never forget them.
Yeah, right?
So, yeah, he's sending you a lot of love. Well, anyway, your honey bunny on the other side knows that. And I had a feeling you lived in a smaller town because it didn't look big to me at all. And I don't know where you're calling from. And I'm going to tell you another place that he talks about, not necessarily that you need to go, but it was North Carolina. Have you had a connection to any place in the Carolinas?
No, I haven't.
You might.
I've actually never left the small town that I live in.
Well, you might be doing
just
that.
A couple trips here and there.
Yeah, I think you might be, and if the weather's good, Carolina is kind of an interesting place. It's very historical and has, I don't know, it's interesting. So let's just keep it in mind because according to your husband, you might be getting out of your comfort zone and going a couple places. And he is shouting out Texas like crazy. So I'm keeping Texas too. Do you have anybody from Texas? I wonder if there's somebody on the line from Texas out there right now. They're trying to break in on you.
Let me look. They have a city.
This man
Well,
didn't.
I just want to say that I appreciate you both, and
Thank you.
I did watch the Below Deck episode, and I was obsessed that Susan was on the boat because I love Susan because of my Adam Carolla connection. Obsessed
thank
with
you.
her.
Well,
Thank you.
And
Thank you guys for taking my
you know
call.
what?
I really, really appreciate
There
it.
is somebody on here from Texas.
Yeah, hold on a second. Hold on. I got to tell you more. Your husband told me that he's going to try to come in your dreams, so be open, not to scare you, to communicate with you, okay? He doesn't feel like you got a chance to say
He's
goodbye
never
the way
come
he...
in my dreams.
What?
He will.
I didn't get a chance to say goodbye, and that's kind of what I was hoping that.
Yeah,
like,
he said
there
that.
would be something. Just
Yeah,
that
we
would
didn't
be
get to
something.
say goodbye to each other, but he doesn't want to say goodbye anyway. He loves you, and he will continue to be a multidimensional husband, and, that doesn't mean he doesn't want you to meet somebody else because he knows that you're gorgeous and nice and kind and just a really, I don't know, he thinks you've been working on your cooking, like all of us, I guess. And
I have.
he said he's seen you a little bit more in the kitchen.
Well, it sounds like a nice kitchen, right? A big kitchen.
He used to cook for our family, and when he passed, I
I almost caught my house on fire a couple times, and like I burned off my eyelashes on the grill. It was really bad. I was like, my kids are just gonna starve to death, I guess. So yeah, but it's been a while, but yeah, we figured it out. I'm actually cooking right now. I'm making my favorite pasta.
Everybody
In case
has
I
to
didn't get through, I would have something to.
Oh, so she's
absorb.
actually in the kitchen, yes. And he said the kids are so big and they're doing really well, even through COVID. So he says you're an awesome mother, and you were an awesome wife. And he just said, check the tire on the car because he's not there to do it, of course. So if you can maybe just...
My tire light is on. It came on yesterday.
Yeah, he knows that. Okay, so.
Steve.
Okay.
No, that's not Steve. That's not her husband.
Oh, it's not?
No, Steve's her first true love.
Oh. What's the husband's name?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's your husband's name?
My current husband's name is Bill. My late husband's name is Terry.
Terry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Terry.
Terry Lynn.
Yeah, you know what? I have to tell you something. I heard Bill. I don't know why I didn't say it, but let me tell you something. The other day, and who's ever listening, if one of my clients, I was obsessed with the name Terry or Terrence. And I kept asking everybody, they didn't know who Terry was. So Terry was coming, and maybe came all the way from heaven just to tell, hey, or Bill, please look at the tire for my honey.
Yes. And Bill's taking the car tomorrow to look at the tires, so perfect.
Oh, good. Okay. We'll tell him thank you. And he seems like a nice man. All right. Well, good luck
Thank
now.
you so much for calling in to call out.
Thank you guys so much.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
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 I was afraid I'm going to cut him off too fast. So there is somebody here from Texas, but and he's been on the show many times. He calls in. And also somebody, is there a full moon today? Or is it tomorrow? It's like today or tomorrow, right? Because, I don't know, maybe that's why everything went crazy. CJ said 69 earthquakes have occurred in the Salton Sea between 4 p.m. and the time of this post, all between 2.0 and 4.9. I live 30 minutes away.
Wow.
Scary face. What do you think? Should he worry?
I think he should, prepare a little bit. Yes, absolutely. And maybe go out and get some water, put an extra pair of shoes or pants inside his car. Yes, don't be paranoid, but
so when you run out
proactive.
naked, you can put your pants and your shoes on?
Yeah. Don't take a shower for the next 48 hours. No.
I never thought about that. Like, if you're in an earthquake, because we had one the other day that shook pretty hard, and Drew jumped up and ran in his bathroom and put his pants on, and I was like, wow, that must have been a jolt because you put your pants on. But if you're in the middle of it, you have to run out of the house. You can't put shoes and pants in your car just in case.
Well, you know, it's funny. I had a client that, it's not funny, she had a fire in her house, and she had to run out naked in front of all her neighbors. And somebody I went to school with happened to be the fireman that came, and he saw her coochie hoochie, and guess what? They got married. They got married. So what a way to find a husband.
And Rebecca never failed. Coochie hoochie. No, it's funny because Drew sleeps naked, so I have to. All the time I'm like, dude, put on some pants, like or pajamas. But he jumped up, he ran in the closet, and he got a pair of pants on, and he thought he was going to have to turn off gas or I mean, the picture fell off the wall. I was like, that's been the first time we've had an earthquake.
Yeah, wasn't that the night we went out for dinner?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we went out to dinner, and it wasn't too far from where we are. It was in San Gabriel.
Yeah, it was right here. We're on the fault, but living on granite is very strong, so it doesn't do the rolling thing. Mm-hmm. But the house, we have a long house, sort of, it's just a tall, long, 2-story house. And it kind of felt like it was swaying back and forth this way. It was like, whoa, is it going to keep going? It scared him. Yeah, scared his pants right on him.
I would tell this guy to Dad, get some pants and some shoes and
No, that's really
water.
Smart, Rebecca. Like, just have clothes in the car so when you run out in your underwear.
Yeah. Hey, I've heard it all. I've heard it all. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna talk to Russell. He's from Texas. You said you wanted to know, right?
Mm-hmm. There's someone here for him from the other side. It's a man, and he said Texas loud, and so
he's here. Hold on.
He wants to come through.
Hi, Russell.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good, thank you.
I'm very good, thank you. How can I help you?
Well, I've been watching along. I heard what you were saying about somebody coming through with a message for somebody who lives in Texas, but I was initially just going to ask about the current state of the country and things coming up with civil unrest. I didn't have any specific personal question, but if
this
there's somebody
gentleman
coming
is,
through, I have been.
Yeah, he's your granddad. This is your grandfather on your mother's
Oh, wow.
side. He's here, and he probably wants to help with that question. Maybe, I don't know if he was interested in politics when he was alive. You know, he'd been probably through a lot himself in the years that he was here. But I want to assure you that it is a very tricky time with the elections and what's going on. And, you know, I mean, I've always said who I thought was going to win, not because of my opinion, my psychic opinion. And there could be a little unrest, but I feel that it won't be
as bad as we're expecting.
No.
Well, we did a prediction show a few months ago, and three of you or four of you all predicted that Biden was going to win.
Yeah.
And then recently,
like,
people are like, there's no way Biden's going to win. You know, he's just, but people, I got to tell you, he did better last night than I thought he would. I didn't like the debates at all because it's just not my cup of tea. It's just like, yeah, oh no, you didn't. You know, they're just going at each other like a bunch of, like, you know, housewives on a bottle of champagne. But it was, I think that Biden has a chance. The only one that doesn't think Biden's going to win is psychic rebel Colby. She's convinced it's going to be Trump. But I remember, didn't you were on the show when we predicted it, right?
Yeah. You know, because when
I wanted to know if you still believe that, because sometimes things change.
No, I believe it. You know, when I first saw Trump got in, I said he'll only be in that 4-year term, and the second time that he could get in, he won't get in. He'll have a lot of trouble like what she's having. COVID's going to be here for a little bit, but I think within the next 12 months, they'll start to get a handle on it. They'll start developing a more of a strategy, and maybe more than like just getting a vaccine, you know, a vaccination, to be able to combat this. It's such a tricky little bugger because I think it morphs into other things and other ways to attack the human body. But we are getting close.
But she's not a medical doctor, so don't.
Yeah, I'm not a medical doctor. I did say zinc, though, and vitamin C and cayenne pepper and all this stuff early on. But let me tell you something. It's a time that we have to be present. You know, we have to be present. We have to use our voices in the right way, in the right place. I tell people, if you don't like what's going on, use your voice, not your gun.
And register to vote.
Yeah, register to vote. And but I feel like your grandfather on your mom's side is watching over you. And he told me that was he a military guy? Because I feel a uniform on him, military uniform.
He was. This is really interesting. I never knew him. He died before I was born. My parents had me late in life, but he fought in World War I in the trenches, in the trench warfare. And apparently he was never the same, had real bad PTSD before they called it PTSD.
Wow. Right. Yeah, that was a brutal battle.
He was proud of what he did, but he saw too many die. He didn't even really probably want to talk about what he saw, but he said that that affected him, but he knows what it can be like to be afraid or to be nervous about what's happening, and so he's watching over you. He's very much around you.
Imagine that, though, World War I. Can't Americans be happy that we're not in the middle of World War I, and we're not sending our young 20-year-olds to the battlefield to just watch them get slaughtered? Like, how can we just all just get along and deal with it? And you know, I'm very apolitical. I don't care about any of this stuff. I mean, I can go left or right down the middle on many issues, but it just seems like we're not getting things done because we're worrying so much about impeaching our president or firing our president or finding things about our president. Like, let them do their job while they're in office. We just need to get shit done.
Well, you know what? I'm very honored to have your grandfather here on our show. He did his duty. It wasn't easy. He suffered, like you said, post-traumatic syndrome after. But he's looking great, and he's a handsome guy. Nice smile. So if you have any pictures of him, it'd be nice to put them out to remind yourself that this guy is watching over and that he loves you very much, and he wants you to be safe.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because I don't have any photos of him, but my mother has passed as well, and I just recently got a picture of her from my dad and brought it home like 2 days ago. I didn't have any pictures of her hanging in the house. So
Yeah,
that's
I
so
think it's
cute.
great. And
maybe
your
that has
mom,
something to do with it?
did she have more brown hair than a blonde when she was young?
Yes, very dark hair.
Yeah, very
her
dark
whole life.
hair. Yeah, she's pretty. I saw a picture of her when she's young, and she's with her dad. So she was happy to have you late in life. You know, she said that was a very big plus for her, and she loves you. And you know, I mean, you said your name is Russell.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think she called you
Well,
by
that's
a
my
nickname.
middle name.
Yeah, she called you by another name.
My first name is, well, I'd rather not give out my full legal name, but yeah, Russell is my middle name. That's what I go by.
Yeah, because your mother told me that you had another name, and I won't reveal what it was, okay? So I heard her say it. But she loves you dearly.
Or a nickname.
Yeah, it's another, it wasn't Russell.
Okay.
It wasn't Russ. It was something different.
Dick?
No.
John?
No.
Can we guess it? Let me see. Let me use my third eye. George? No.
No. But she did, there is a gentleman, and the name seems to be, maybe it's a leftover from Bobby, but I don't think so. It's the name Robert. So, you know, there is somebody in your mother, and it's not your first name. She told me that there'll be a prominent Robert in your life. He might help you with something to do with your work. So pay attention if you
A lot
meet
of
him.
Bob's here today.
Yeah, he's a common name, but, you know, he seemed like a good egg. So thank you for calling in. I'm glad that they yelled out Texas connection. Your mom, your grandpa, thanks for telling us
He's
about
been
him.
wanting to know about civil unrest and what's coming in the future for Americans. We all do, but it's, you know, I mean, psychics can give you information, but the world is ever changing.
Yeah, but you know what? You need to be present, be aware, use your voice, you know, just don't overreact. And let's just all work together as a collective group. So all of us listening tonight, let's put a word out to the good Lord, to God. Some people don't understand about God, but God's big, bright, beautiful light. I've seen God. I've talked to God. Very, not a scary, booming voice, just like the best dad you would have, you know, just a really nice guy.
I kind of believe in a collective consciousness. If we all believe, you know, good things are coming, it will happen.
Absolutely. Can you know the power in numbers? So let anybody out there just watching, let's have
instead of
the next
always
6
just
months.
trying to, you know, take each other down.
Yeah. I mean, there is some things
that's what causes
happen,
wars. That's where you end up. You end up in a battlefield and you watch your best friend's leg get shot off. That's how humans are. If we can avoid that at all costs, it would be great.
I said that war is not good for the living or the dead because I work on a lot of ghost stories. Civil War, I mean, I've had many stories out of Tennessee.
Right.
You know, and so that's my motto.
I love those stories.
Yes,
they're fun.
Oh my God, there's some good ones.
Oh, you know, Cindy Kaye's show is coming back. The Holzer Files. That's going to be on the 30th of October. So if anybody likes Cindy Kaye, she's a psychic that we worked with, and she's got this great show called The Holzer Files. It's kind of, you know, a Halloween thing. So, and, you know, we'll have more of these shows just because it is October and I have to, you know, do that. But, yeah, check her out. But you have a great evening, Russell. Thanks for calling.
Of course. And one other thing real quick, it's interesting how the Texas thing broke through. I didn't catch the beginning of the show. I just came home and opened my laptop and I turned it on. And right then was when you said that somebody from Texas is breaking through or something like that.
Well, you know what? It's divine intervention. Your peeps know what you're doing and how to get through. And your mom is...
And Russell's a frequent flyer. He's been on the show a couple times.
Your mom wants to tell me to give you...
Of the show.
Your mom's trying to get me and find you the recipe book. Do you know where that is? Do you know what she's talking about?
No, I don't know where it is, but yeah, I definitely know what she's talking about.
She had some good ones in there.
I'm sorry for your loss, Russell. It's really hard to lose your mom.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been 4.5 years, something like that. So I appreciate it, though.
But yeah, you hang in there, and we'll be in touch.
Yeah, the phone book and the recipe book. I think it's going to show up.
Okay. He's got to cook.
All right.
Well, she likes him to remember everybody's birthdays or something. I don't know. You know how people have that in the day in the phone book.
They put that in the phone book.
Yeah, yes. So, all right. Well, thank you so much.
Well, we have Facebook
thank you guys
for that.
so much for having me.
Take care, Russell.
Okay, but
He's funny. He calls it. He likes the show. I'm glad men are watching, because I know there's some men on here, and I've also got some Twitch fans. I want to say hi, Dexter, because we don't have a ton of people on Twitch, but it's fun to see that we have new people. And today I missed everybody on Facebook when we did our first show, because I was really excited about the guest, and we are going to post the entire show up there. But if you're on Facebook and you want to see the Megyn Kelly interview, it was really good. And she's a stunning woman, and she's extremely intellectual, and she's doing fine. She and Drew have a lot in common, but you can click on the link to the YouTube channel and watch it there, or just wait for us to post later on Facebook if you want to get it.
Hey, do you want to do the voices from the other side that I've gotten? Do you guys want to hear that? Shall we do it?
Yeah, we better, because
it's getting.
We're not going to be able to get to everybody's calls today, but I just want to thank everybody who's on hold. I wish we could do them all, but I think Caleb needs to go soon. But yeah, so we were talking about electronics when we opened the show, and how you do get signs from above if your lights flicker, and I have crazy flickers in my bathroom, these weird lights, and usually right before a show, or you can, everything screws up on the computer when you're getting ready to do a show and go live or whatever. It's somebody out there. But what Rebecca has is this crazy iPhone that gets messages out of frickin' nowhere. Sometimes she will conjure them up. She'll be sitting in a restaurant with Sherman in the dark, alone in a corner, and she can get voices. And we did a show with Mark Garagos, who used to represent Lacey Peterson many years ago, and Rebecca had a soundbite of some kind of an entity coming through her phone, that when she was asking Lacey Peterson whether or not her husband killed her. So this is what she got. She's just in a dark restaurant. There's nothing really going on.
No, there wasn't. And it's a little controversial, but I
just stopped doing it.
Is that it?
Lacey, this is Rebecca. We're on the case that I got. And Lacey, it's Rebecca. Are you sure recording a long time? We're still ready. Okay.
But it was in the very beginning where the guy said there's secrets.
He goes, "Don't you know my secrets?"
Yeah, and that was not us at all.
And there was a gavel sound, like a
yeah. If we go back again,
We're here. Can you guys go get Lacey Peterson so we can solve this mystery?
Right.
Help me, Lacey.
Yeah, because
Here.
that is there's a courthouse in heaven.
Yeah.
I wasn't in any
You met your
courthouse.
husband.
No. That was really strange. Like we all just went, "Wow, that is kind of wild."
Yeah,
How
there's
did
a
you?
gavel, and then they're starting a trial in heaven.
Because sometimes you'll go, "Oh, did you hear that?" And I'll be like, "No," because you hear voices in your head. I don't always hear it, but I actually could hear that. Like that was
there's a whole. There's a bunch more, but the courthourthouse in heaven was really shocking.
I know, it was so.
I'm like,
crazy.
see, you guys, we don't get out of this.
Well, I
Let's
think what
clear
you
it up
said
now.
was that we were trying to decide, and Mark Garagos believes Scott Peterson was
Innocent.
not guilty, but there was a robbery across the street, and you thought that there might be a ring of like burglars or something, and they might have gone to jail for that, and they were kind of laughing, "Help me, Lacey," and then because she was abducted,
Right, because you know what? Even now, it's still controversy that there's
when she
not
was
a lot
walking
of
her dog or whatever.
Yeah, that there's not a
and
lot
Mark
of evidence.
totally believed it. He believed it.
Well, I always thought he might be guilty. I mean, I just thought that. But when I got this audio, it really made me look at what I heard. And it doesn't look like he did it from that audio.
Yeah.
It looks like something else heinous happened.
Yeah. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing that happened to her.
I know.
And then, so anyways, Do you want to take another call, or you want to wrap it up? You have anything else you want to add?
Do we have one more call?
I have like 15 calls.
Okay.
I just have to pick one. Give me a sign of who's next.
Well, there is a woman here named Sally that wants to come through.
Okay, Sally.
And a connection to Chicago, Illinois. So if there's anybody listening that has connection to Chicago or Sally, the name of Joe, it's common, but we got Joe. He might be standing next to Sally. And there, Sally.
I don't see anybody from Chicago.
Can I ask you a question, though? We have a gal, she's filming. Do you have any Chicago connection? Illinois? She might. I'll tell you about that later. Okay. Some stuff about her. Okay.
You're leaving us?
So is there anybody that's looking for Joe? Joe on the other side?
They have to put it on the restream. They have to text it if they're on the phone. I mean, I can just pick some. Let's just do this one. Okay. So, Jenna, she lives in a Victorian farmhouse and wants to know who the spirits are and why they're there. She lives in Riverside. She doesn't live in Chicago, but maybe they're from Chicago. Okay.
No, but I do have a Joe.
Oh, you do?
Woo!
You have a Joe?
Yeah.
And he's on the other side?
Yes, it is.
Yes, I think it's him. But let's have him help us to see about their farmhouse, okay? In the in the farmhouse, do you still have the pantry section?
I do.
Right.
Well, I don't know if it's the original, though.
Well, the people, why do they all talk about the kitchen all the time? They're very particular that you keep the pantry. I don't know if it was exactly the original, but they think it's necessary for you to have that pantry. It's a woman, older woman. Do you have any history on that farmhouse at all?
I don't, but I have felt that there's an older woman, possibly maybe even that she looked out for me. I don't think it's a relative, but I don't really know.
No, it's not a relative. She's connected to the house, and she kept talking about the paint job. So did you recently do an outside paint job or a paint anywhere? She's showing me yellow. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, fence. It's actually white, but I've been looking at painting the house.
Yellow?
But yeah, we just painted the fence. Yep.
Yeah, she says it would not, if it's the right color yellow, it'll look very inviting. She thinks the fence looks amazing, and she told me that she hopes that it's not too much to take care of the yard because she liked to work in it. I think she had yeah. She says it's a lot of work, but she had a victory garden, back in the day there. So she said that if you tend to it, the vegetables do grow.
Man. Well, that's very interesting.
Do they give you signs and do weird stuff in the house?
Oh, I've gotten a electric shock going up one side out of the blue. I started shaking my arm because it was kind of freaking me out. But yeah, I've seen dark shadows moving around. I've been touched. I've had things roll across the floor just for no reason at all. I've had things come off the counter.
Yeah, she definitely has a haunted house.
Going down the hallway.
Oh wow!
It was actually more active when my now ex-husband was here. I get the impression that maybe when there's a lot of hurt or tension, that maybe it tends to make it more active. Because now that it's just me, it's not as frequent and it's not as creepy.
Oh, is that you?
The best way I can put it.
Let's start shaking that really bad. No,
The
I don't
dog
think. Yeah, maybe. Okay, no, it that's completely accurate. And isn't there a little alcove? I don't know where that is because it's just a small alcove that I see somebody sitting in quite often.
I
don't think it's the kitchen.
A few different little alcoves in the house, so it's hard to know which one you might mean.
Well, it's by a window, and it's kind of like, maybe it's upstairs, because you said it's 2-story, right?
It is, yes.
2-story. Yeah, there's a little alcove up there.
It's probably it's actually a very small room with a big window.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
One
Yeah.
of the original.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where the lady likes to sit sometimes. She
right.
had a nice husband. Yeah, I think she was married a long time, but she was a widow, so I think she died first.
Okay, interesting.
And she said there was some like nut trees. Well, I don't know if that's not maybe on the property, but not far.
Oh my goodness!
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Let me tell you about something that happened. So there was one day that I came into the master bathroom upstairs, and sitting on the sink was a pecan still in the shell.
Yep.
I've lived in this for 9 years. I've never brought listen, I buy mine that's shelled.
That's crazy.
I'm like, where did this come from? I don't know where it came from or why it was sitting on the sink.
Yeah, I think
bathroom,
there might have been like pecan trees there. And I was going to say it has a shell on it. Yeah, that's from the lady that lived there. But there was definitely...
She's trying to tell her she's nuts?
No.
Or make her feel like she's nuts.
She just wanted you to know the history of that property. And, Riverside had a lot going on back in the day.
That's crazy.
So, a lot of wagon wheels and, just history.
Well, and you're dead on, because in the area that I live, this is in the Grove part of Riverside. This is big time where all the orange and pet groves were at.
Yeah, that's what she said, groves.
Yeah, dead on.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
She's
she's there. She's there. I think you should do, Jenna. You should call Rebecca and get a psychic reading and learn more about this and get the history of the house. And
I would call your ghost Lillian. No, that's not right. That's not her name. That's funny because I'm going to start coughing. She may have had something with her lungs before she passed. Maybe because of the Grove area, they used a lot of fertilizers and stuff. But she's actually pretty. When she was young, she had really pretty eyes.
How funny. I do have to take one more caller because there's a connection here that we were talking about early. But is that helpful?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. Joe, did Joe bring her in? Or there's nothing?
Oh, hold on. When is it?
Okay.
Thank you.
No, darling, she had something wrong with her lung.
She's telling us how she died. She couldn't breathe. Tuberculosis. COVID-19. Oh my God.
No, I don't. I've been tested.
Is it the dog? The dog's running around in here.
No, I do that. I'll pick up on something, dust.
Oh, wow.
It was like, she had something probably from those groves.
Oh.
I gotta get out of there.
That's what happens to Drew at 4 o'clock every day. He starts sneezing, and then we have to stop the show. So
okay. Yes, Joe wanted to tell you hello. He loves you very much. He said that he wanted to help you with your resident ghost, and that he says that you do you have a truck out there, or did he have a truck? He keeps showing a truck.
He had a truck.
Yeah, I think he has one in heaven.
Not surprised.
Yeah, Joe has his vehicle. I think you can recreate your vehicles in heaven.
That sounds like a guy thing. Definitely. Well, listen, we got to take another one.
Okay. Well, anyway, he gives you a big hug and a kiss. Talk to him often, and maybe you just want to put his picture out, too. People love when you have their pictures out.
Thank you so much, Jenna.
And you might find something on that property that you don't know about yet. So I don't know if it's an Indian head or
gold.
Oh, I would love that. I have a picture
$1 million in a
you should get one of those metal detectors.
Get a metal detector.
I've got one. I'll start metal detector as soon as it cools off.
There you go.
But if you find the money, like Susan said, you got to cut us in.
All right.
All right. Well, take care.
Take care. Life.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. One last. We're just going to touch base with this person who was the first one in line on the call-in studio, and his name is Sam, and he said on the restream, he said, "I am connected." Wait, why don't you just tell him, Sam?
Hey, it's actually a woman.
Oh, hi, Sam. Oh,
it's Samantha, but Sam.
Sorry, Sam.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, it's okay. Hi, Susan and Rebecca. I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good.
I actually had a question. whichever one comes first.
But wait, first tell,
so my
are
initial question,
you Sam, you're not Sam Shepard.
That's me, yes.
Okay, but tell him your connection. I just realized you said she has a Joe, a Sally, North Carolina, and Texas.
Oh, God. But you have a Sally? Yeah. Okay, so your probably whole bunch here is wanting to come in and talk to you, so I'm glad we got to you. And you were here in the beginning. We just didn't get to you. Okay.
Sally.
But the North Carolina one is very strong.
I was told that I would be the last one in line.
So
Oh,
okay.
That makes sense.
You were the first one in line. I went right over you.
Okay, so
That's
Sally,
all right.
yeah, Sally is very feisty, and she wanted to get in, so I'm glad you did. And but what's with North Carolina?
She's a feisty one for sure.
Yeah, they keep bringing in the North Carolina.
North Carolina, I have always just had a pull to. It's like your heart feels like it needs to be pulled somewhere, and that's always been North Carolina for me. My current boyfriend, his whole family is actually from North Carolina, and hundreds of years back, my family was from North Carolina, so I've just always really had a pull towards North Carolina.
Yeah, you probably, my first thought was about love. You probably have known your boyfriend before, so it's not a new one, so get to know him again, and I think you guys are doing pretty good. So it's a past lifer that I feel very strong. Sally seems to like him. So that's a good thing. She didn't like him. He'd know it. And but is he trying to reinvent his career? Or no, she says he's in a reinvention.
Yeah, actually. He's actually a stand-up comedian.
Oh.
But we're kind of moving in a different path because comedy is really weird for the clubs right now. So he's actually kind of finding a different path for himself.
Yeah, I found out that being a stand-up comedian is not easy.
Yeah.
So, but
you can make a lot of money though.
Yeah, if you get famous, you can. And but I don't think you should give up on that. But I also feel like he's looking in kind of a new direction, which will help. And believe it or not, Sally wants to help him. She said he's a nice she called him a fine young man.
Mm-hmm.
And she.
That makes total sense.
This is a little bit personal, but if you don't want to get pregnant, you need to be very careful. Use protection.
Okay.
Okay, because I don't know if you're quite ready for that yet.
Good to know.
Yeah, the show gives great contraception advice.
And Joe is
We're
very
aware of
funny.
the babies coming down the pike.
You know, your boyfriend's probably funny too, but Joe is making me laugh so hard. I feel weird laughing for no reason. But he likes to do little things like move. He's the type that will move things. So if you're starting to like know that you put something somewhere and it was moved, it's probably Joe.
Okay, Joe.
Okay.
I feel like I had that today.
I gotcha.
Does he know
Joe
your dad? I know there's something to do with your dad with Joe.
Well, Joe is actually my ex-husband, but my dad is the one who's deceased.
Okay, because I'm feeling like your dad's here. Okay, so Joe's your ex-husband, and your father is talking about Joe. Okay, because I kept hearing dad. Okay, and Joe. Okay, so well, this is getting complicated.
I always wonder what's going on in your head.
It is a little bit complicated. I'm throwing you a curveball. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. But your dad thinks it was a good idea that, obviously you're not with Joe anymore, and he seems like the comedian is a nice match for you.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Uh-huh. You didn't end up having a little girl with Joe?
No.
Okay, well, that's why I said you better use protection.
Well, I mean, we adopted a dog together that was a girl that I currently have.
No, that doesn't count.
No, that doesn't count. It's not a fur baby.
Okay.
You're stretching.
Yeah, and then
she what she's trying to say is if you get back with Joe, there could be a child, so be careful.
No, not back with Joe. With her current comedian boyfriend.
The current
she can
one.
get pregnant by him, and you may, in some strange twist, or maybe a coincidence, maybe not, have a place in North Carolina eventually.
Never know. Mm-hmm. Let's hope. Sounds like you want to go there. So, does that help you?
Yeah, I for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. We really appreciate that you called in, and I'm sorry it was way at the end, but we're not going to be able to take all the people that are online. And I appreciate all the callers. It's just, Rebecca could go for a couple more hours, but Caleb's been here since noon. So I have to let my engineer go, and I'm ready for a glass of wine. So I don't know about you guys, but...
Yeah. But your dad is putting a hat on your head.
She won't stop.
I have to go with the hat. He wanted me to say hat. Okay, so I don't know if your dad liked hats.
Okay.
Putting one on your head.
Drew does that at the end of shows, too.
It's not a baseball cap.
It may be a helmet.
A helmet? Oh, put on a helmet so you don't, on your bike or whatever?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be. If you're riding motorcycles, I don't like those. So, yeah, put a hat on, put a helmet on, do something. Protect your head.
Yeah, good idea.
Yes.
I'm all for that. If we save your life, I'll be so happy. Good job, Rebecca.
All right.
And she, and also save you from having a baby in the middle of COVID.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Yeah, I know people that have, and it's not been
It's
easy.
so hard. You can't even, your husband can't go in and watch you, and it's just. So yeah, wait till the world comes back and you're happy in a relationship, and you're in North Carolina and
Florida. She's going to Florida too.
Yeah.
Dad said you're going to Florida.
Okay. But everybody else.
I live in Florida.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said Florida.
I spent a lot of my life in Texas, but I actually live in Florida now.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Your dad knows where you are then. He kept saying
Good eye,
Florida.
Rebecca. See, she's talking to your dad.
Yeah, he won't. He likes to talk. So he said, well, you didn't say Florida.
I know. He's like drunk Uncle Charlie. He won't leave. Drew does that too at the end of the show. It's like, oh, and then one more thing.
All right, I think that's all I have now. He loves you very much.
But
Gives you a
thanks
big kiss.
everybody on Restream and Facebook and YouTube, and very nice comments today. There's one guy, this hick guy, he doesn't like me. He just shits on me every day, but that's okay. He's on Periscope, and I see you, and I appreciate it. But we're just here to give people fun advice and love and help them deal with their grief, or do what they find out what's happening in their future, because we're all kind of stuck in a parallel universe right now, and we'd all like to know. So we'll bring Rebecca back very soon. Everybody seemed to like you today.
And I'm going to give your stalker, your meanie, a big pinch. I can do that, Don't mess with my Susan, okay?
Hick. We're going to get you Hick.
Yeah.
No, he's going to he'll wake up nice tomorrow.
Okay, good. After his pinches, I'm not going to say where.
Hey, it's funny though, but here's the funny thing. He says all these mean things, but then he's still on there. But you know what, Hick, I'm going to show you a little love. No, I'm not trying to upset you with my weird psychic stuff, but I do find it really fascinating. And Rebecca's really good at what she does, and she can find nuts in people's bathrooms and tell people about their fruit trees. And I mean, it's just so fascinating. I don't know how she does it and where it comes from, but I find it fascinating. So I may keep doing it. I apologize. And
don't apologize. It's part of nature. Everybody has psychic ability.
Yeah.
Normal.
We all have to try. I'll try to embrace it a little bit. But anyways, thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to Caleb Nation for doing my
thank you, Caleb.
Engineering job today. We had no problems with the show. And also thank you for doing the other one today. That was a great show. And, we'll be back. We may not be back on Wednesday, but we will be back soon. I'll let you know on our social media. But thank you. And everybody have a great night.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Oh, and also you can find Rebecca at RebeccaFearing.com.
Yes, you can find my phone number. And I don't have a huge social media presence, but you can find my phone number and give me a call. I read for people all over the world. Doesn't matter where you are. And I don't need to see you in person because I can do it over the telephone.
Or Zoom or whatever.
Yeah, I don't do Zoom, and I don't really do FaceTime.
Oh, you don't?
No, it distracts me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Call her up. I've done it. It works.
Okay. Thank you.